Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, 2 cops killed, 2 injured in Clarendon crash. 2 members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are the latest road crash victims following a fatal collision along the Yorktown Main Road in Clarendon on Sunday evening. The deceased have been identified as Constables Jessica West and Sean Atkins, members of the Air 3 Police Division. Preliminary reports indicate that approximately 6:40 p.m., the male and the female constables were part of a team responding to a report that 3 suspects were spotted on a motorcycle along the Yorktown Main Road. Upon reaching a section of the road, the service vehicle skidded and the driver reportedly lost control of the unit. The vehicle subsequently overturned into a ditch, the police say. The injured cops were rushed to hospital, where 2 were pronounced dead and the others were admitted in serious but stable condition. In a statement released late Sunday, the police high command expressed sadness about the incident and said support was being offered to the families, colleagues and the friends of the victims. Reacting to news of the tragic accident last night, Dr. Lucian Jones, Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, said trying to process this tragedy in the context of general lawlessness causing mayhem and now those trying to uphold the law crash and die in that pursuit. Tough times for the police force and the families, and for us in road safety, as at the end of the day, the reality is that tonight we are grieving because 2 more persons have died on the nation's roads. So far for the year, there have been 265 deaths on the nation's roads, with 18 recorded to date in September. 6 injured in Mandaville crash. At least 6 people were injured in a 2-vehicle crash on the Winston Jones Highway in Mandaville on Sunday evening. The crash, which happened at 6:50 p.m. at the Marshall's Pen intersection with the highway, involved a Nissan Note and a Toyota Hiace minibus. One of the vehicles overturned and went off-road into a ditch. Preliminary reports suggested that the Nissan motor car was attempting to turn onto Marshall's Drive from the highway when the Hiace tried to overtake the motor car, causing the collision. The impact of the crash resulted in the motor car overturning into a ditch. Firefighters and police promptly responded to the scene. The crash-prone road has been the scene of numerous accidents over the years. Residents of Marshall's Pen are reiterating their calls for the National Works Agency to remark the intersection with an unbroken white line to reduce the likelihood of crashes there. Promising Ronaldinho among 2 people killed in St. James. In a March 2016 Gleaner article published under the headline "Overwhelming GSAT Optimism Out West," then 12-year-old Ronaldinho Mike Headley, who was a student at the Hampden Primary School on the Trelawney-St. James border, was featured. Ronaldinho, who had emerged from the mathematics segment of the examination quite relieved, confident and happy, saying it was not a major challenge, was full of hope, and so was his mother, Natasha Wilson, who was impressed with how focused her son was. On Friday night, the now 20-year-old Ronaldinho, who had transitioned into being a graphic designer, was one of 2 people murdered by marauding gunmen in Hurlock, St. James. During the incident, which took place at 2 separate locations, 2 other people were shot and injured. The second person who was killed was identified as O'Neill Redneck Howe, the operator of the shop where one of the incidents took place. Other people suffered minor injuries as they fled the scene. According to police reports, about 8 p.m., a group of people were at a shop in Hurlock when a grey Toyota Axia motor car pulled up and several men alighted with guns in hand. They reportedly opened gunfire indiscriminately. Howe was killed and 2 other men injured. The police were summoned, and while they were at Howe's shop processing that scene, they heard gunshots being fired in another section of the community. On investigation, Ronaldinho was found suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was rushed to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. While it remains unclear why Ronaldinho was killed, based on information, the target of the shooting at Howe's shop was reportedly a man who is said to have stabbed a relative of a top-flight gangster. He was reportedly in the shop at the time of the incident but escaped without injuries. While Superintendent Aaron Samuels, the police commander for St. James, has launched several bold initiatives to blunt the lawlessness in the parish, arresting several top-flight gangsters, including the parish's most wanted man, Joseph G. Mackenzie, who is now facing multiple murder charges. Gangsters continue to push the parish's murder tally closer to 100 since the start of the year, with each new attack. On Thursday, 28-year-old Town Nathaniel Winter, a resident of the volatile Keaton Lane community in Mount Salem, was shot and killed before scores of pedestrians on Barnett Street in Montego Bay as he sat in the back of a taxi at a popular location. St. James has been under the gun since 2005, registering more than 100 murders every month, which included a high of 344 in 2016. Over the years, the parish has instituted several policing measures, including bouts of states of emergency, but except for periods of lull, the mayhem continues. Murders are the top concern in St. Bess amid a decline in major crimes. While the St. Elizabeth police are now seeing a significant reduction in major crimes, as well as more people being arrested and charged over the corresponding period last year, the parish's police commander is reporting that murder has seen a slight uptick. While giving his monthly report during last Thursday's monthly meeting of the St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation, Superintendent Coleridge Minto, the police commander for St. Elizabeth, provided a detailed account of the crime situation in the parish and outlined the measures being pursued to blunt lawlessness. Since the start of this year, 160 serious and violent crimes have been reported in the division in comparison to the corresponding period last year when we had 248. This is a reduction of 88 or 35% major crimes year to date, said Minto. Shootings are down by 29%, robberies down by 41%, break-ins are down by 41%, and rapes are down by 15%. Aggravated assault is down by 35%. Murders, which have been seeing a steady increase in the parish over recent years, had a minimal increase, which Minto is working hard to keep in check, so that come the end of the year, there will be a reduction over last year's figure. We are seeing 3 more murders than last year, 23 now versus 20 for the corresponding period, and as you are aware, we had a double murder a few days ago in the Mountainside area, said Minto. The policing area that has the most murders are Black River, the parish capital, which has 6 murders, followed by Santa Cruz, which has 5 murders, Balaclava 3, Silo 3, Junction 3, Newmarket 2, and Demagati 1. In terms of police operational activities in the parish, Minto said that since the start of the year, 791 persons have been arrested and charged up to August 31. 568 persons were arrested over the corresponding period last year. Regarding persons arrested on warrants, last year the number was 187 and this year it is 244. Firearm recovery last year was 22 and this year it is 20. Ammunition recovered in 2023 was 122, while for this year 1,260. This sharp increase is attributed to the massive ammunition find that we had in the Grosmont community a few days ago, said Minto. The number of tickets issued was 7,700 in 2023 compared to 3,442 this year up to August 31. Minto said he was quite concerned about the number of people in the parish who are driving motorcycles without license, insurance, and protective gear. So again, I make this appeal to community members that as you speak to persons in your community, encourage them to have their vehicles properly licensed and insured, and if they are utilizing a motorcycle, then wear their helmets, said Minto. We are committed to fighting crime and enhancing safety in our communities. It is crucial to recognize that the crime reduction is an ongoing process requiring collective effort from all our stakeholders. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.